wanted to get that Kevin O'Leary soundbite in because it was interesting.
I'm helping you with your Trump derangement syndrome. Let me interpret.
I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. Trust me. I'm not. And again, listen, I'm not a Democrat, so don't even try it. I don't have Trump derangement, but I am a realist. I have eyes and ears.
He's celebrating entrepreneurship. These are individuals that obviously had positions in the indexes, in the markets, as I do. I've been watching my net worth vary by 20%, some days 5% in an hour, up and down. And I understand why that's happening. I've also learned in my life, you can't time the market. If you missed that upside yesterday, you basically left, 4.5% on the table. You're not going to get back maybe. So it's really a crazy time. And I agree with that. But trying to tie insider trading to market volatility, Don, I love you, honey, sweetie, poopsie, but it ain't gonna happen. None of this stuff has any teeth, any traction, and right. I don't even think it'll get investigated because it's so obvious what happens here.
Kevin, sweetie, dearie, I'm just asking the questions. I mean, look, when you get major news,
I'm answering you. No, it doesn't bother me, and I don't think there's anything important here. That's what I think.
All right, pumpkin. All right, so let's.
Loss of our relationship with China. I think most Americans at this point would like far less of a relationship with China. We would like China to stop owning our agricultural fields, our movie industry, our sports industries, produce every single toy that our children play with, and we have no idea with what standards. So now they want to play hardball with Donald Trump, and they think somehow that's going to work to their benefit. I don't think so, Carl.
I knew exactly that Democrats would not take this lightly. They are not happy that the stock market went up immediately. Trump paused tariffs. They are now claiming something different, insider trading. When you take a look at this, he is now talking about opening another investigation into inside trading on Trump because the stock market went up. This Adam guy is crazy. I have never seen someone so insane like him. Just imagine saying this. Trump put up tariffs to nations they call in like bet for negotiations. And Democrats didn't want that. They were enjoying how people were complaining. Some crying their money. Now they are saying, oh, some people are making a lot of money inside the White House. It is insane that they want to investigate. I'm going to show you all the clips I have. I have a compilation. Before I do that, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do it and share the video.
Trump seems to be doing, from tweeting people to buy stock and then later announcing his development on taxes. If people are pissed about insider trading here at the House, look at what's happening at the White House right now and with the Republican Party.
Do you think he knew what he was doing when he sent out that message about stocks before he made the announcement?
It sure seemed like he did. I don't think that it was a coincidence. I don't think that Trump just coincidentally said buy stocks and then shortly later made an announcement that dramatically inflated and dramatically raised a lot of these asset prices. And, I've heard murmurings on the floor that there may have been people that knew that this was coming. And I'm very interested in seeing some of the stock disclosures that come out when those reports are due. And I'm very interested in what members of Congress have been buying and trading stocks in the last 24 hours prior to this tariff announcement.
I got to tell you, I think what's fascinating to me is that the corruption is just completely out in the open at this point, because these kinds of actions where Trump tweeted out before this little pause, he said, this is a great time to buy. And that's really a whistle to those billionaires that can, or people that have money that can buy low and then the stock market prices go up. That's generally called insider trading, and that would ordinarily trigger an investigation by the Securities and Exchange Commission. We know now that that's not probably going to happen because all of these government agencies have been, destroyed and dismantled. But someone with knowledge of an economic policy change that would cause the markets to shoot back up right before posting about how great a time it is to buy right before the policy change happened would certainly be guilty of insider trading in my
Well, let's see if somebody brings it to to a court and says, hey, what about this?
He put up a tweet that said, it is a good time to buy. It's not like a cheerleader. He's telling people to go buy, Kevin. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's telling people to go buy the American index. What's the president's supposed to do that? He's supposed to be a cheerleader. He knows there's a lot of volatility. He's telling them, look, the market's corrected 20% and it's a good time to buy. You know, look, Don, the one thing I know is 50% of the population has Trump derangement syndrome, and that's not going to change. And every day they parse everything, and it's the same thing. Let's throw this guy back in jail. I get it, but we should be spending our time worried about the country, not about throwing Trump in jail all the time. They already tried that last year, or last 4 years. It didn't work. The guy is the president of the United States. Get over it. And then in 3.5 years, he won't be. But my goodness, what a waste of energy. I mean, that guy had.
I don't think anybody's saying throw him in jail, Kevin. I just think they're saying and maybe it could be the people around him. But
you're asking me what I think. I think it's just, it's just total speculation. And there's so much noise out there. This is just more noise and kind of irrelevant as far as I'm concerned.
You think it's irrelevant if the president if there was some manipulation of the stock market? It's not like we haven't seen that before. That
I don't think he's manipulating the stock market. I think he's driving policy, particularly on China, with extraordinary tariffs, and it's causing a lot of angst around the world, not just domestically. And he's saying to everybody, look, hang in there. I'm trying to get something done that no one's been able to do, and there's going to be volatility. And you should be optimistic on America. That's my read of it. And, so no, I am not. I don't think that there's this speculation on insider trading has much traction to it.
When you take a look at this is Trump tweet. Adam said that Trump is creating a giant market fluctuation with his on again, off again tariffs. These constant gyrations in policies provide dangerous opportunities for insider trading. Who in the administration knew about Trump's latest tariff flip-flop ahead of time? Did anyone buy or sell stocks and profit at the public expense? I'm writing to the White House. The public has a right to know. Like seriously, you can't make this up. We have been thinking about insider trading for a very long time. This guy never came out to investigate insider trading. Nancy Pelosi, in fact, I don't want to name, a lot of these people have been doing this for a very long time. Trump focus is not about who is trading or not. Trump had his goals and he has achieved that. How many nations are now ready to negotiate? These people want to turn this story to a different level because they realize that the public is happy. There are people I saw crying here and there. They have invested a lot of money. And immediately when Trump gave this announcement, things went up. Reasons. You see, Democrat, they can't even take it because they knew this was a weak point to Trump. They were happy, when people were crying on social media. Now, the stock market bouncing back is a problem to them.
So Basson says this was the plan all along. So you were okay then with being made out to be a complete liar because you've been doing interviews on our network, going on the Sunday show, saying absolutely not, that we're not capitulating on this. We're not going back on it. Caroline Levitt calling fake news as recently as yesterday. Lutnick, he was on with you multiple times, it felt like, or it was the world's longest interview, talking about how this isn't a joke and, we'll be a manufacturing economy, which we don't even want to be. And I'm looking at how we got to this point, and obviously the market had to do it, the bond market in particular, once Japan started selling them off. And did you know earlier this afternoon that Greek bonds were a safer investment than U.S. 30 years? Can you believe that? The Greeks?
Jessica, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
You don't even know what a bond is. Now, Judge Jeanine, Jessica keeps on saying that Trump caved. How is this a cave if he got 75 nations to get to the negotiating table and redo their tariffs against the United States?
The meltdown on the establishment right and the Trump-hating left.
He is not loyal to the United States of America. I've said it before.
Is always talking about, hey, we got to make more stuff here. Let's make things in America. Let's have American-made cars. Well, Elon is actually doing it, and then your guy goes out, Navarro, and craps all over him and lies about the fact that he's actually making cars in America.
And
so
he's making EVs, and all the liberals.
If I were starting a business, I'm calling Elon. That's all I'm saying.
Things looked up around 10 a.m., right? The market shot back into positive territory thanks to a tweet reporting the White House economic advisor, Kevin Hassett, was not true. And an hour later, the White House issued a statement denying it.
Global markets are sinking.
Markets across Asia, Europe, and Australia plunging.
At one point this morning, the Dow sinking almost 1,600 points.
The markets lost more than $6.5 trillion in value.
This is an economic Armageddon.
My wife about the stock plunge. She said, "Oh, I thought you guys would never go down there."
Yes, thank you guys for always been sharing out my videos. I decided to put this all together so you can see how they are melting down about the whole situation. I believe you've seen that. If you see clips after this, that is always for the YouTube algorithm. You've seen CNN, how they're struggling to go up on this guy. People are coming in support of Elon Musk because of the tariffs. I want to know your opinion on the comment section.
You're referring to the president's idea for American citizens to potentially be deported.
Terrible. Narcissistic disorder would. I know better than anybody. Forget about the economists who know better. Forget about people who know history. I alone can fix it.
Have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy the view. And remember, the resistance is real. You're not alone.
Has anyone else noticed how women on the left are the most miserable group of people? So
Harris is not president. Trump is. And if you don't like him, folks.
Starting on.
Wish the
and a lot of people who didn't vote.
And finally, new rule to those on the right.
Isn't exactly getting the hero's welcome.
That the Americans finally realized what the reality was.
This is a Fox News alert, a crushing blow for Democrats who had hoped against hope.
Brad Schimmel, that has included Elon Musk pouring tens of millions of dollars.
I think you saw a repudiation of the fact that...
Do you think the Republican takeaways tonight are going to...
The margin right now, Randy Fine...
Everybody, he had never been...